Guys and dolls, so I just want you to soak in exactly what I'm getting right now. Bit of machinery in the back. If it wasn't for the machinery at the zoo, ruining everybody's peace and quiet, as always. But yeah, I'm gonna bring you a wee video, guys. I'm gonna bring you two videos. One's just a wee preview, so you can jump on the channel. Everything will be up on the screen. Descriptions will be in the links will be in the descriptions. I'm sorry. To be honest with you, that annoys me. You know what I mean? You know, it's like just. Oh. Boy! Oh, he's lost. Boy! He's lost me. Look. Come on, son. Come on. Come on. See, he can't see me. He can't see me. He's going to run right by me. No, you can see me now. Hey, my boy. I think it's from the sun. Hey, my boy. Right, so let's get on with it, guys.
So, I've been living in Ireland for 7 years now. I never had a problem with Irish.
So guys, that wee clip is in Ireland, and as you can see underneath, that was a Jewish person getting thrown out, believe it or not, of a Jewish convention. Now, I'm just giving you a wee clip, a wee taster, you know. This is the kind of stuff they do. They're brilliant guys. They really are good. And, you know, like the guy's blind, you know what I mean? And obviously he gets help, obviously to do the technical stuff, but, you know, the guy that does the talking and everything, that's a farmer. Right, come on guys, this way. That's a farmer. He can't be asked putting the dogs in the lead. Yeah, so, yeah, go watch the video, and that will, it's better watching the video than me trying to explain it all. And, you know, obviously, boy, guys, give him a subscribe, send him some love on that. Once you watch some of his videos, give him a wee appreciate him, what he's doing, what we do. He's fellow patriot, simple as that, you know. Doesn't matter, it's Ireland, you know what I mean. So with that said, I'm gonna bring some footage to you. Now, it's not the old, it's not the newest footage, but it's not the oldest footage. And this is in Ireland, and you know, this is what's going on in Ireland. This is what you got to understand, you know. So they've got the exact same problems over there as we do, you know, with the labels far right, racist, you know, shutting us down. You know, anytime we complain about something, we get shut down. So yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting to find out, you know, because obviously, like, you know, the far right label, as I keep saying, I keep looking for them. Because I know what the far right label is, okay? I know exactly what the definition of a far right label is. I got no problems. You know, I talk about it all the time. It's like, I'm not going to go and explain it here because we're above that, aren't we, guys? Just because they don't want to admit what the real definition of a far right person is. Because they couldn't use it, you see. They wouldn't be able to use it. That would be it. Finished. And, you know, I think this is something that we've got to push. Let's get them all to give us the definition of what truly is a far right person. But let's see the Irish High Command try and explain it.
Of what you consider is the far right.
In terms of a definition of the far right, I mean, it's obviously a political ideology, or it's a particular view that a person has.
Yes, it's an ideology. It's a hateful ideology that only thinks there should be one race. And wherever that person is from, it's that race. You know, white supremacy, you know. Jeez, oh man.
I'm not sure there is a definition. It's not.
So it's a little bit like hate.
Well,
yeah. So
it's not,
can we get?
it's
so I
not
think we need to define
Senator,
what it is.
you have a limited amount of time. If you interrupt the minister,
Okay.
you're going to run out of time. So just let
Okay.
her answer the question.
Thank you.
I think what we see from a lot of people who would claim to be far right, which is not a crime for somebody to have a particular ideology, it's where they act on maybe certain matters, but we have seen people to be anti-government, anti-state, anti-immigration, anti-women's rights, amongst other things. That would be my own particular view of those who would claim to be far right.
So, if you're anti-government, if you don't like your government, if you're not happy with your government, you're far right. Oh man, right, if you're not happy with immigration, illegal immigration, undocumented men breaking into this country that are the worst of the worst from some other countries, and they're getting hotels and shitloads else, you're far right. And, you know, anti-women, let's be honest, the only people that would really be the anti-women would be the ones that are specifically anti-women, like some of the anti-women, the Women's Aid, and some of the way their actions are quite questionable. As in some men being pushed away from their children, women using the what would you say, the benefits of the law and Women's Aid to concoct a situation to make a man, you know, lose, you know, because these women, like, let's be honest, these women are living with these men, and some, you know yourselves, everybody can drive anybody to anything, and not everybody should walk away when they should, and we all have breaking points, and you know, it's not always as black and white, but everybody makes mistakes. But the problem is, once you make one mistake, you're never forgiven. So yes, there is men who are fighting years and years and years, good men. I give you my word, guys, I give you my word. Right, I've met these guys, and they're fighting so hard to get access just to sit in the same room with their children, and the system is set up against them. It really is. And you know, these men are against these particular organizations. Yeah, I agree, there is men out there like that, and I'm trying to explain to you why their heads are like that, but they aren't anti-women. You know, I don't know anybody that's anti-women. We've all got mothers. You know, all right, maybe somebody's had a really bad childhood, you know what I mean, with a mother. God knows, you know what I mean? And yeah, maybe that person could be anti-woman for some psychological reason. Yeah, we'll allow for that as well. But really, you're far right. You're far right.
But that could include large chunks of the population, depending on how you interpret this. So are people right to be concerned that the government is targeting an ideology that you yourself concede doesn't even really have a definition? Is it not just kind of a catch-all term that could be applied to almost anyone?
Well, I think by its very nature, if you are far-right politics far left politics, you are on the more extreme end of political ideology. It's not a crime to be either or. My own view, and I think that of many, is that those who have tended to be, or who would say that they themselves are far right, would have a particular view and a more extremist view when it comes to state structures, when it comes to immigration, when it comes to particular issues. So, you know,
structures is the government. You know, you're an extremist. You know, you're a far right extremist. You know what I mean? This is the only way they can silence you from complaining about them. Can you understand that? Well, that's why it's so important. Their wording is very important. You're just an extremist. You're just an extremist, like an Islamic extremist. You will be treated with the same laws. Your children will be under the same scrutiny because of your politics. You will be labelled as far right. There's so many implications from the words that this woman is using. You know, any question at all about the way they want to bring people into your country and the effect that it has in your country, you are an extremist. You are far right. Can you see how damaging this is to silence you and shut people up? See, when they start coming through your doors and they start bringing social work in to do safety checks and all this, and they start going through your devices, that's when it's too late.
That's what I said in committee. As I said, it's not a crime to have a particular ideology. It's where particular people act on those. And obviously what we saw.
Yeah, it's not a crime. And they're going to keep telling you, yeah, it's not a crime, you know. But this is the same in England. It's not a crime, but it still goes on your record. You know what I mean? Anybody does a security check on you, it's there, you know. So, but anyway, the reason why it doesn't need to be a crime, this is the thing, this is what you're not getting. Everybody goes, oh, it's not a crime, I'll be all right. No, you won't be all right. Once they get this label out, once they're able to social policy this label, far right, in the definition that they want to, as in anybody that disagrees with the government, if you disagree with illegal immigration, if you've got any questions or doubts or different of opinions against any of the women's aid groups that go about helping some women, which in most cases they do an absolutely amazing job. All I'm saying, it's being abused and men are suffering, men are committing suicide because of these abuses, and there's proof of it, guys, but nobody's prepared to listen because it's a far left organisational government we've got, and all these organisations are protected because they're far left. You got to understand that. This is the problem we've got. You know, this is a problem. This is the arms and legs that come with a really far left, extremist. As far as I'm concerned, like, they are being really extreme in what they're doing. Labour government, and please do not be fooled, guys, when they say it's not a crime. It doesn't need to be a crime for them to come through your door and do security checks with social work. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know, safety check or something they can do. There's all sorts they can do. They can go into your bank accounts. If they label you as far right, that then goes to extremist. Once they label you extremist, then that then goes to terrorism. You see how easy it goes from one to the other without it becoming a crime. You can be investigated by terrorism without any crimes. You know, they can that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? They don't need to give you any reasons. You know, the whole setup is set up. And we see it being used already on us with Tommy Robinson. You know what I mean? So this is in England. This is what's coming in Ireland. You know, you got to understand. You got to really understand what these people are saying. You got to really listen to the words, and you've got to listen to the implications, guys. Let's carry on.
In the last few weeks, and what we have seen over the last number of years, I would say, are people with particular extremist views that I think, have put some harmful ideas out there, and that can essentially be harmful to many, in particular, minority communities in this country. Now,
so there we have it. Extreme. We heard that, and so we've got, that's what, you know what it's about now. You know what I mean? You can see what's going on. So basically, it's people coming up with the ideology and harmful content and having an opinion, basically, on things that they see and affecting minorities, and the problem is people are seeing things getting done by people coming from other countries. Some of these things are horrific. Now, people cannot walk about these towns like that, not talking about it. You know, this is the country where they've been born and bred, and they've watched their children and their grandchildren grow up. You know, these are some of the most horrific things are happening, and maybe not some of the most horrific, but maybe there's more of them. You know what I mean? Loads and loads, they're all over the place. You know what I mean? And like, people are putting two and two together, and they're going, "Hold on a wee minute, what's going on?" And then the government are going, "Oh, there's a couple of bad eggs," and then people are going, "But how do you not, are you not able to stop these people coming in?" And this is basically where the conversation is going. It's like, these group of people have come in, some of them in this group of people, mostly really nice people, I'm quite sure, but some of them are committing horrendous crimes. So, you know, people are wanting to know, why are you letting these people in and you're not checking them, vetting them? And hold on, where's the women? You know, why are they all fighting AIDS men? You know, and this is what they're talking about. This is where it's all coming from. This is my fridge out here as well at the minute. So, you know, to have them questions of in your community, guys, right? So you're on a wee town, a wee village, and something happens, and you know, you come out on the streets to protest, to say, "Well, what's going on? We're not happy." That's not. Never mind how many it is. There shouldn't be one single child victim from a foreign national coming in through this country who is looking for refuge, who needs help, who's got nowhere else to turn. He's being hounded. You know, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for women, children who are being persecuted because of their religion or just because they're women. That's what we're looking for. But we're not seeing that. And that's what these people are saying. But what happens is when they come out, they're getting beat. They're getting pushed with shields. Men and women have never been involved in trouble in their lives. And these are who they're trying to tell you are far right. That's what this is all about, guys. To silence the people that are on the streets, having to deal with the repercussions of the mistakes that their government are making by letting these people come into the country undocumented and unchecked. Who did he think is making it all the way through all them countries? Who did he think's in the camps of France, coming in through Rosslare, coming from France into Ireland? These are fit, healthy, fighting AIDS men. Some of them are running from countries because they're actually being looked by the law, or the law has put them out and told them to head to Europe. And that's what the problem is. People are not stupid. We don't live in that era anymore where we all rely on what the government feed the news to tell us, like RTE, Sky News, BBC News. We're past all that. Yes, you've still got a good grip of some of the community, but you don't have us all anymore. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm going to make a cup of coffee.
Now, as I said, it's not a crime to be of a particular political ideology, but I think we've seen the dangers that are there as well when people take particular actions.
But how would you define an extreme view? Because we know from polling earlier in the year that about 75% of the public is of the opinion that Ireland has taken in too many refugees in the last year, just to take an example.
75%, guys. 75%. Let's have a think about that, right? So 75%, and that's just the ones that are aware it's going on. Can you imagine how many aren't aware it's going on? So let's look at it logically, right? So 75% of the population right now are up in arms, and that's only the ones that actually know what's going on. There's a good percentage that really don't have a clue what's going on because they don't go on the online, or they don't go on X, they don't go on anything apart from what the government push out. And they get what they get from there. We all know what you get from there. And then we've got, so can you imagine what it's going to be like in the next year or two? Do they not see what they're doing? Can they not see the damage that they're doing to their own political career? Sorry, guys.
I mean, so if somebody is calling for less immigration and a more restrictive immigration policy, would that be an extreme view if the vast majority of people are advocating for that same position?
I think it's really important that we have an honest conversation around immigration in this country. We have seen a significant increase in the number of people seeking safety in Ireland. We've had 15,000 people seeking international protection last year alone, where we would have normally had 3,000. So it's important that as a government, as a country, we're honest with people as to the levels of immigration that we're going to see, because I don't think this is going to change anytime soon.
She doesn't think this is going to change anytime soon. So basically they're going to just be upping. Even more people are coming in. I think we all know what is going to change soon.
And so I welcome people's desire to have these conversations. How can we support those who come to our country, who are now part of our community? But also how can we provide the support and the be it accommodation, financial or otherwise, when those numbers continue to increase.
Guys, just in case you didn't catch that, I'm just going to just run. I know you aren't stupid, but basically this is what you want you to do. Whenever the numbers do increase and they're really struggling, they want you to they're asking you to provide either a bit of money or some accommodation to help them with the influx that's coming.
Again, I welcome these conversations. I think they're very welcome, but where people then go to the extreme, where people then have particular views around those who are immigrants in our country, then I think a line can sometimes be.
Yeah, them lines have been crossed, all right. But yeah, so that's it. It's up on the screen there, guys. That's who brought this content. Want you to go on there on the previous content I showed you. That's one of the newest videos. If you want to jump on, what's that? It's quite good. Quite interesting, gives you an idea what's going on in Ireland. It's more mental, honestly. Like, you can't make it up. You cannot make it up, you know. I don't know what she's been paid or what she's got on her. Guys, I'm no kidding you on. This is an Irish woman. There's no two ways about it. This is an Irish woman doing this to her own country. And you got to understand, you know, we all love immigrants. We all love our refugees. Refugees are welcome here. I promise you. I got nothing but love in my heart, you know. But the problem is, you know, it doesn't matter what community I was in, guys. You know, I've got so much love in my heart, but I'm going to do everything to protect my children. So with that, there's got to be certain boundaries and certain rules and certain borders, you know what I mean? And there's got to be lines that aren't crossed, you know. It is a difficult thing, you know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to bring. It's a difficult thing to talk about. It's definitely as well when you're getting the rhetoric from people like these and our government, you know, that are clearly being they're puppets from whoever's thinking the strings are all connected. Biden, the Irish government. Even the Irish people are going, what is going on? They're like us. I promise you, they're like us, guys. You know, and 75%. I've had enough, but wait till you see. Wait till you see. You know, the politicians are gone. You know, just like Labour, they'll never be back. You know, if they do get in, they will have cheated to get in. There's no two ways about it. Just like the Bidens did whenever they got rid of Trump. You know, there's no way. Everybody knows that Trump never lost that. You know, I mean, there was proof of voting fraud. You know, they discovered it. They investigated and found it. It's documented. It happened. You know, and this is what happens when the far left get in. They will do whatever they can do to keep in the power. So thank you so much, Blinders. I love your content. Been watching these for a wee while now. Well, a couple of months anyway, you know, which is a wee while in the YouTube world. And yeah, guys, jump on, give them a love and a like. And you know, all my love and God bless.